Hello, ladies. I'm Ashley Love with the Classy CEO, and I'm really excited to be here to talk about Pinterest. Sorry, something just popped up. Anyway, so I'm really excited to talk about Pinterest and how you can leverage it for your business. So while we wait for everybody to hop on, I'll just kind of introduce myself before I start sharing some really fabulous tips with you. So, like I said, I'm Ashley Love. I run the Classy CEO, and I have 4 degrees in marketing, 2 masters and 2 bachelors, and I've worked kind of with everyone. I've worked with people like the American Lung Association. They were actually my very first client when I got into marketing. And then I've worked all the way down to the startup and solopreneur. So I've worked with everyone. I've worked with politicians. I've worked with just a lot of people. Hi, Nikki. So I've worked with a lot of people. I have a lot of education. I've won some international marketing awards. And so, yeah, I just thought it was important that you kind of know who I am and what my background is before I talk about Pinterest and how you can really leverage it for your business. And so really the first thing that I want to say, hi, Erin. Really the first thing I want to say is that I think that it is super crucial to have 2 Pinterest accounts. If you're going to use one for business, have a separate one. Hey, Tia. Yeah, first of all, thanks to Tia for having me because I'm really excited because she's really fabulous. So one thing I will say is 2 Pinterest accounts is so crucial because, so you've created your brand, right? You have this business and you know what you want to talk about on your business. Unless you're a food blogger or, a chef or something, nobody wants to see your grilled cheese recipes. They don't. I personally do. But nobody wants to see it. If it doesn't align with your business, it doesn't belong on like your Pinterest business account. And also it makes it 25 times harder to pin business related content when you're looking up food recipes and clothing and all these other wedding planning. And so I have 2 Pinterest accounts. So I have 2. I have a personal one that I use for everything, wedding planning and clothes and shoes and funny things and stuff like that. And then my business account is totally separate. So that way, when I log into that, all I'm seeing are pins that are relevant to my industry and what I do. It just makes things literally 25 times easier. So yeah, I highly recommend having 2. Oh yeah, I will definitely do that. Okay, so I definitely just recommend having 2 Pinterest accounts. So that's the first thing I'm going to say. The second thing, is that you need to have a business Pinterest account. So just like you can have a business page that has access to insights, you can have a business Instagram that gives you access to your insights. You can have all of these things. So you can also have a business Pinterest account. And one of my favorite quotes is that, I'm going to paraphrase here, but it basically says that marketing without data is like driving with your eyes closed. And so what the Pinterest business account is going to give you is access to your insights. It is going to tell you how much traffic is coming to your website. It's going to tell you what your most popular pins are. It is going to let you create ads. It's going to let you do all of those really fun things that you want to do to grow your business. And so now that we're going to have 2 Pinterest accounts, I want you, when you go to Pinterest, if you haven't already created a separate business account, sign up as a business. It's literally going to be life-changing for you, the amount of information that you can get. Okay, third thing. So when you create your business Pinterest account, there's a couple things you're going to do in the back end. So first, you're going to confirm your website. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your website in there. And then they're going to give you like a little code. It's going to be like an HTML code or, something like that. And then you're just going to put that on the back end of your website. And if you don't know how to do that, reach out to me because that is my Jimmy Jam because I'm all about the insights. So you'll want to confirm your website. And what that's going to do is every time somebody pins someone pins content from your website, or they click on a pin that takes them to your website, Pinterest is going to be able to track that because your website is confirmed and they're talking to each other. That's what that code's going to do. It's going to let them talk to each other, which is awesome, which is what you want. You're also going to have your name. I'm sure you all have very beautiful names, but what you're going to do is put kind of what you do. So mine says Ashley Love, award-winning brand strategist and business mentor. Tells exactly what I do, lists some of my accolades, and you want to kind of keep it keyword rich, right? So that way when people are searching and things like that, they can find you. You're also going to have it's going to be your description of what you do. Post a link to your freebie. Like if you have an opt-in, put it in that section. Tell people, sign up on my website to get my favorite recipes, sign up to get these quick workout tips, sign up to get these, whatever it is, right? Direct people, because people want to be told what to do. That's the thing. They don't want to guess at what you want them to do. They want you just to tell them. So do that. Just tell them where to go and what they're going to get when they go there. I can tell you, this morning, I woke up and I had I went to go send an email to my list, and I had a ton of new subscribers to my list, and they all came from Pinterest. So I highly recommend doing that, because my list is growing every single day. So I wrote down some of the questions you guys have been asking the last couple of days, because I just wanted to make sure I hit them all for you. So someone asked me about rich pins and what a rich pin is. So rich pins, right? So you see the little R next to them when you're in your insights, because you'll have insights now. You'll see the rich pins, and Pinterest likes them. So basically a rich pin is just something that's a little extra, just a little something extra for people. So you'll see rich pins are an app. Rich pins are an article. So you'll see them all the time, an article from the New York Times, something like that. So articles are rich pins. If you tag it, like a location, that's a rich pin. How can I use Pinterest to share sell my new CD? Okay. So, what you can do is just join group boards maybe and I'll talk more about group boards, and things like that. But there's definitely ways that you can sell your CD on there. I'm excited to hear about this CD. So rich pins, so rich pins just have a little something extra. Recipes are usually rich pins, and you'll know the difference, because there's a difference between clicking on a pin and then having to go to the blog to read the recipe, or if you click on the pin, right? So you've gone to the pin and it lists all the ingredients and the amount of each ingredient underneath. That's a rich pin. So there's the difference between them. So if you can enhance your pin just a little bit, you don't have to do anything drastic. Pinterest will reward you because they like them. They really like them. Another thing, when it comes to pinning, is keeping it relevant to what's going on. So I posted a quote on my Pinterest that had to do with International Women's Day, and it blew up. It blew up. So before I got serious about Pinterest, I had 4 followers. 4. And I was getting 2 views to my website per day or per month. Stupid. So now I'm getting over 5,000 a month, just strictly from Pinterest. But when I did the International Women's Day pin, I saw my traffic go up to 14,000 views. 14,000 one day. One day, my views went up to 14,000. I had new subscribers to my list, all because I was pinning something that was relevant, what people were searching for. So it makes a massive, massive, massive difference when you're talking about things that your ideal client is looking for. And so use keywords and things like that in your pin descriptions and things like that. I also want to talk about group boards, right? So I belong to a few group boards. And what a group board is going to do is, right, so you're going to have a bunch of people who are all sharing content and things. And so first they always have a lot of pins, always have a ton of pins. So it looks like your Pinterest is super, super active because you belong to this board and people are pinning to it every single day, constantly. Boop, 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 boop. So many people. So your Pinterest is going to look active. Pinterest likes people who are active. And so your pins are more likely to come up. So pinning to those boards is going to be super beneficial to you because you're not only reaching your audience and who Pinterest thinks your audience is, but you're also going to be reaching everybody in the group board's audience. All of their followers are now accessible to you, which is going to make a massive difference for your business. And so I highly recommend pinning to the group board, but then also pinning from the group board. And look at the pins. You know, if people only have like 2 or 3 repins, not as impressive as pinning those ones that have like 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 pins. Because you're just going to get more traction. Oh, sorry, my foot like fell asleep. So you're just going to get more traction that way. Also, okay, I'm really excited about this topic. So, when you're creating your pins, you want to be sure you're creating Pinterest-sized graphics. That's another biggie. Most social media, it's like little squares, right? Everybody's a square, except Pinterest. They're vertical. They read better in vertical. It looks nicer on your phone. And so when you create a vertical pin instead of a square one, I guarantee that your pin is going to go a lot further. I guarantee it. I will pay you if it doesn't. But I guarantee that your pin will go further when you actually optimize it for Pinterest. That's a big difference. Sorry. Make sure that the pin descriptions also are keyword rich. And so there's a few ways you can do that. You can have a paragraph, you know, or a couple sentences, whatever, where it organically talks about your pin and incorporates those keywords. Or you can just throw a couple keywords down at the bottom. And one way to search for the keywords that people are using is to, let's say you're searching for entrepreneur quotes, right? So you type that in the search bar. All of those little boxes that pop up with like extra words, you know, women, men, small business, etc., those are keywords that people are searching for, right? About that topic. So use those, write some of those down and incorporate them into your pins. Because if Pinterest sees that they have enough traffic that they're giving them their own little box up at the top, then there are plenty of people searching for it. And so your pins are more likely to show up. So do that. Also, someone's asking about automation. So there's a few ways you can do this. So I like Board Booster. It's not that expensive or anything. And what it does is just repin kind of your content. So after you have 100 pins on each board, and I recommend at least 20 boards, which sounds like a lot. It sounds like a whole lot. It's not. I promise it's not. What you're going to do is you're going to niche down hardcore. So before, I used to have a board just called Marketing Strategy. And now I have one for LinkedIn and affiliate marketing and Instagram and Pinterest and all these things. So I've niched down. And I took that one board and made it like 7 boards. So I promise it's not as difficult as it sounds. But when you niche down, people are more likely to find you. We're using those keywords that I was just talking about and everything like that. So once your boards have about 100 pins or more, you can incorporate something called like Board Booster. And what it's going to do is it's going to start from the bottom and it's going to just repin that content. So it's fresh. It's still coming up. Your pin count is still going up. And the amount of repins that pin is getting is going up, which means people are more likely to find it and everything like that. So yeah, so definitely incorporate something like Board Booster, or you can manually go in and do that if you are not looking to spend anything extra. Just go in every other day or something and just start at the bottom and be like, oh, this pin is a little old. This blog content is still useful. Let's repin it again. And it's just like repurposing your content. More eyes are going to get on it and everything. So, the possibility of your list and things like that are growing. Another thing, gaining followers. So a couple of weeks ago, right, I didn't care about my Pinterest. I was like, I'm too overwhelmed to care about my Pinterest. And I had like 3 followers. 3. Once I got serious, I saw it grow. I grew like by 70 followers in like a weekend. All because I got a little serious about my Pinterest and I stepped my Pinterest game up. So all you really have to do, honestly, to gain followers is belong to group boards, and to share content on a regular basis. That's it. Just share on a regular basis, and I guarantee the followers will come. I'm always like amazed when I get an email. I'm like, oh, a new follower. And all I did was share my blog content that I normally would have shared on my Facebook and things like that. All I'm doing now is just putting it on Pinterest, and people are seeing it. So that's a really great way. Also, share it on all of your other social media. So the bottom of every email, share your own content or others as well. Yeah, so share your content and others. I try to do like a 70-30 mix. So 70% of the content that I share is from other people, and 30% of it is like original content that directs them right to my website. Which I know sounds funny because you would think you would want it to be like all of your own original content and things like that. But unless you have a bajillion followers already, you're going to need to share other people's content, because that's what Pinterest is. Pinterest is collaboration and things like that. And so, like occasionally, like I'll share, like I've shared some influencers content before and things like that. And people will be searching for those people, and then they'll find my content, So share other content. Also, I recommend sharing your content on multiple boards. So I have a board about blogging. So every blog post I put goes on there. But if that blog post is also about Facebook marketing, it's going on my Facebook marketing board. It's going in my group boards. It's going all over, because chances are people are going to find your pin and the board it came from before they find you. So you want to make sure that your original pins are going out on multiple places. Multiple. The more places, the better. So that way people are more likely to find you and your content. So what was I saying? Oh, gaining followers. That's what I was talking about. So I share it in the body of my emails. I share it on my Instagram. I'm like, why aren't you following me on Pinterest yet? I share it in Facebook groups. I share it on my LinkedIn. I share it everywhere. Image description. Oh, yeah, Lindsay. So, what I was saying, I can sum this up for you, and then you can totally go back and watch the replay. But, an optimized pin will be vertical, as opposed to all social media platforms where everything is square. So they're vertical. They have a call to action to them, on the picture or something like that. If it's a quote, it's totally different. But some sort of a call to action. And then in your description, you want to use keywords. You can use them organically in like sentence form, or stick them kind of at like the bottom with the little spacer, the little line spacer or something like that. Sorry. Oh gosh. Foot asleep. So there's a couple ways that you can do the keywords, but I highly recommend just like throwing, using it organically in the description, and then throwing some of the extra keywords that didn't really make sense in the paragraph form down at the bottom. So yeah, but totally go back and rewatch it. And if you have questions, Lindsay, feel free to message me or something after. I'm really happy to talk about this with you. So gaining followers is really as simple as just kind of being visible, and sharing your Pinterest account all over. Because I share it all over the place. I share it in groups. Like I will put out a request to join specific groups, boards that I'm looking for and things like that. So, which ends up getting me more followers all the time. So I highly recommend doing that as well. Let's see, what else did somebody ask about? Okay, that was kind of like the end of people's questions that they had pre pre-video. And so yeah, really the most important thing that you can do on Pinterest is just be active on it. I try to pin at least like 10 pins a day, at least. And so just being active and things like that on Pinterest is going to reward you. They like people who are active. And so, yeah, that's really the best advice that I can kind of give you is be active on Pinterest, and direct people to your website. Check your analytics often. Your analytics are going to be amazing and wonderful, and it's going to help you see what's working, what's not working, and who your followers are, and it'll tell you like what your followers are interested in and what they're searching for, and all of these kinds of really wonderful things. So get intimate with your analytics, be your analytics best friend, share often, join group boards, and yeah, just share your Pinterest on multiple platforms and share it in Facebook groups, share it with your own tribe and things like that. And so I am really excited. I hope this was super helpful. I will kind of hang out for a minute. If you guys have any other questions, like feel free to let me know. I know I just talked your ear off for 20 minutes. And so I really thank all the people who stayed on here for 20 whole minutes to talk to me, about Pinterest. And if you felt like I was rambling or something, please let me know, if I can clarify anything for you. But yeah, so that's it. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to message me. I usually always have my phone on me, or you can come hang out with me in my Facebook group. And of course I'm here in this group. And so yeah, so you can find me everywhere. And let's talk about Pinterest. So thank you guys so much for having me. Yeah, I just really appreciate you just taking this time to hang out with me. And yeah, hopefully this was helpful. And if I can answer any more of your questions, like feel free to let me know. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.